Hey, seventh graders, so this is the last and final day of the Gravity and Light Plant Growth Lab. So for this, you guys definitely want to make sure you have day 1 and day 2, and hopefully you guys were in class for both of those. If you guys were in class, especially for day 2, you guys can chat with your partner or go back and observe when you get back to school your guys' results from your day 2 light growth, where you guys kind of restricted light on one plant and then had full light on your second plant. Okay, or if you guys would like, you guys can go off of my setup. There is a video here showing the results of my setup. So if you guys right click and open that up, you guys can kind of watch and see what my results look like. That way you guys could finish this assignment at home and be able to turn it in right away and not have it be late. Okay, so go ahead and draw and label the observations after a few days of growth. So remember, we had 2 setups, so really you should be showing what happened in both of those setups here. You guys had the 1 cup that was grown in the windowsill with no restriction to the light, and then you had the 2nd cup that was grown inside of a box with a growth lab and then a hole in the box. So you guys are going to kind of, if you use my video, draw how I set it up and what that final growth looked like for those 2 plants. So the one that was in the windowsill and the one that was in the box. Or you can come to school and draw what your guys's looked like, the one that was in the windowsill and the one that was in your guys's box. So draw the setup and then kind of draw and label what happened with your guys's growth. Okay, also part of your bell ringer, describe what you notice about the direction of growth. Remember, really focusing in on the stems on this one to see how the light can influence those. And explain what you think this shows about the investigative question. Does the location of light affect the direction of plants' growth? Okay, so go ahead, pause this video and complete your bell ringer on slides 17 and 18. And when you're done, come back to this video and we'll move on and I'll tell you how to finish this assignment. All right, so you guys are going to learn a little bit about the growth of these 2 things. So the first one, when we looked at day 1 and looked at gravity and how that influences the roots, this video here explains to you guys how this happens. So you're going to open that video up and you're going to watch a little bit about the growth of these plants. Okay, of course, it's going to make me watch the whole ad. So at any rate, when you guys watch that, think of the answer to these questions. How do the roots detect gravity so they know how to grow downwards? So that answer to that question is going to be in this video, which looks a little something like this.
Have you ever watched a plant grow from its seed?
Okay, so go ahead, watch this video and complete this part, which refers back to day 1. And then same as with day 2, we looked at light and how light affects the growth of a stem. So you guys are going to learn about phototropism here. So go ahead, watch this video and answer this question. Explain how this plant stems grow downward towards light sources. You guys will find that the gravity one's a little bit easier to explain. The light one, you guys may need to watch the middle part a couple times to kind of get you guys on the right track as to how the sunlight actually which way to grow, or excuse me, the stems which way to grow. Okay, so watch that and answer again how plant stems grow towards light sources. Okay, finally, based on your guys' knowledge, you guys are going to do some more predictions on these orientations of the seed. So diagram below shows a seed that is sprouting underneath the soil where there is no light. On the diagram, draw what you think will happen after 7 days of growth. So you guys obviously have the root, you have the stem, so you guys are going to predict the direction of growth of both of those. And then explain why the root and stem will grow the way they drew. You drew it on the previous slide, so give me an explanation as to why you guys drew the root in one direction and the stem going wherever you drew it going. Okay, and then next part, you guys have again a little look at the light. You guys are just focusing on the stem. Notice that there's no roots in this picture. So the diagram below shows a plant that had just sprouted from the soil. On the diagram, draw what you think will happen after several days of growth. So again, draw that, make your prediction, and then explain why you guys drew it the way you drew it. Okay, and then finally your exit ticket. In this lab, we learned about how gravity influences root growth and how light influences the stem growth. Now let's look at the big picture. Why is this information important to this unit? Remember, we're talking about matter and energy. Chapter 1 is all about photosynthesis. Chapter 2 is all about cell respiration. And then Chapter 3 is all about the carbon cycle. So how does this fit in? Why are we doing this lab in this unit? Okay, once you guys are all done with all 3 days, double check each and every one of your slides that you have everything answered and complete. And once you are 100% sure it is all done, go ahead and hand it in. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.